Oh, we're live. Hi, everyone. This is Karen for
Hi
One Minute
everyone.
Community, and joining us is Daniel. I'm trying to go
Hi
live
everyone.
here. Hi, Daniel. How are you?
Hi
And
Karen. I'm
where
amazing. How are you?
where are you in the world, Daniel?
I am. I know, right? That's the question. I am currently in these 10 seconds. I'm in Mexico City, Mexico. It's 7 o'clock in the morning here. And yeah, I lived in Mexico City for several years. So this is like it's like coming home and seeing friends, and I love Mexico City so much. It's such a cool place. It's awesome.
Thank you for joining us. And thank you for waking up
It's my
early first.
pleasure.
Because it's 7
You
a.m.
know,
there.
yeah, I know. You guys are worth it.
Thank you so much for waking up early. And what will I ask you? Manifesting, Daniel.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
yeah.
people talking about manifesting. First off, can we define terms? What is manifesting?
It's so first of all, it's really probably one of my favorite subjects and really has become, I would say, one of the cornerstones of my practice and of my business. I have a lot of clients. I have a lot of clients that actually come to me to help them to release whatever is blocking them from from them seeing and living their dreams and going after things. And one of the first things I tell people about manifesting is, Gary Douglas, founder of Access Consciousness. He obviously is amazing. I love him so much. But Gary explains that, manifesting is how something shows up. Okay. Actualization is that it shows up, right? So we want to be really, really, really clear. Both are fine. There's nothing wrong with. There's no good or bad or right or wrong with manifesting. But remember that when we talk about manifesting, oftentimes what you're talking about is the process in which you're going to receive whatever it is you're asking for. It's the process. So and I'm sharing this with you guys right away. This is something you're going to get in our Money Magnet series. However, I want you to start looking at it collaboratively. Like manifesting and actualization are the same. Well, they're not the same, but manifest. I want us to think about manifesting and actualization as a part of the whole picture, right? Because a lot of times people get so focused on manifesting, they get stuck in the process, Karen, and nothing actually ever happens.
And
You
that
know what I
happens.
mean?
People always talk about manifesting here and all over the world when it should be
All over the world.
actualized.
It should be actualizing. It should be actualization. And because also too, we one of the reasons that manifesting is so common or so easy for us is that manifesting actually creates a process, right? And our linear minds oftentimes need a process. Whereas, according to access consciousness and what I actually know to be true, things can happen for you like that. Right, Karen? You've seen it happen in your life. Things can happen like that. There's this beautiful, beautiful law in the world, in the universe that says, ask and you shall receive. It's even in the Bible, right? But
Right,
what we want to really, really get is that it doesn't say ask, figure out how you're going to do it, work really hard, stress out, um, get into fights with people, and then maybe get a little bit of what you're looking for, and then forget about it, get discouraged about it, and then get it 10 years later. That's not what the law says. The law just says ask and receive. But every time that you've decided that there's something else that you have to do to actualize your dream, then what happens is you put another uh, domino in the way of things falling down. Now, as you know, when you create a bunch of dominoes, you have cause and effect. The cause is that you push the domino, and the effect is that they all fall down, right? And what we know is that if you push the dominoes, you can actually, um, if you remove some of the dominoes, you would actually get there a lot quicker than you would if you just kept adding more, right? You
right,
would still
right.
get there. You'd still
Right.
get there, Karen, but it might just take a little bit longer. But why? Why? When the universe just wants us to receive, you know?
You're saying it can be instantaneous. Like if I ask for 5 million today, I can get it in the morning when I wake up.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I often will do this. Now you have to be very aware of where your mind expands to, right? So when you say 5 million, there's also an aspect of your subconscious that goes, "Oh, that is impossible." Okay? However, maybe if we're talking about pesos or we're talking about dollars, it's a very, very big
Okay,
different thing.
pesos, pesos
Let,
first.
let's say pesos. Whereas you go, okay, you know what? I am going to, mm, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna ask the universe, what will it take to actualize 1 million pesos today? Right? And you can see all of a sudden you can become playful with that energy. Wow, what will it take? What will it take to actualize 1 million pesos today? And what you have to do in that moment is know that you've already received it. And you have to let go of when you're going to see it happen, how you're going to see it happen, where it's going to happen. And Karen, it'll be the craziest thing because at the end of the day, you'll look back and you will actually see how the universe brought you 1 million pesos. Okay. Now, you might go, Daniel, you're crazy because there's not another 1 million pesos in my account, right? In which the universe would go, yeah, but you didn't ask me for 1 million pesos in your account. You asked me for 1 million pesos. So I put 1 million pesos to come through you. I put 1 million pesos around you. I gave you the opportunity to feel as though you own 1 million pesos. And you go, okay, great, universe. Universe, what will it take for 1 million pesos to actualize in my life and in my bank for me to have in the highest and best and easiest way possible? Thank you, universe. And let go, right? And let go. And Karen, I have to say, it will come to you. It will
So
come.
you're saying it, you have to be specific, right, with your ask.
Yeah, I That's my one of my biggest tools is details, right? Because it's all about your mind. It's not the universe. The universe knows, right? But we play games with ourselves, and our limited consciousness, our subconscious goes, I'm going to test this a little bit, right? It's just our nature. We were trained to be survivors. So our subconscious mind is filled with survival beliefs. And those survival beliefs always kick in when we have a fear that, what if we do get it? Right? Oh my God, what would actually happen if you got 1 million pesos today? Would you actually be able to receive it? Would you be able to have it? Would you be able to enjoy it? Would you tell people? Would those people that you told be like, well, Karen, if you got 1 million pesos, can you give me 10,000? Right? And then you go, then I'd have to share it with these people that I don't want. Uh, and then you've created all kinds of new points of views and conclusions and crap in your head. It doesn't work that way. You can't do that, right? I mean, you can. Obviously, you can do anything you want, but those are the things that actually block us, and that's what we're going to talk about in the money magnet. Okay?
Right. And you did say something very interesting. You said you have to be ready to receive it.
Have to be ready to receive it, right? Because here's the deal. I wish I had something I could demonstrate. Here, let me use my fingers. So you've seen a funnel, right?
Yeah.
You've seen a funnel, and I want you to imagine that you are one big funnel, okay? And you're one big funnel, and you have this big ask for 1 million pesos. You got this big ask. This is your ask. Your ask is huge. But do you see how small? Here's your receiving. It's this wide, okay?
Right.
Your ask is this big. Your ask is this big, but your receiving is this big. It's this huge funnel, but your receiving is just so small, so it gets caught, and then things might get clogged, and you got to work through all of these things before you can open up that channel, and it can be like this instead of like this. So if you're receiving, and a lot of people know how to ask, Okay, I will say that. A lot of us know how to ask. It is the receiving that's the problem. And so one of the things that we're also gonna you guys are gonna also learn in the money magnet are really, really special tools to help you to open up your receiving. Now, Gary Douglas, founder of Access Consciousness, Gary always says, "Hey, you know something? What are the two things people want more than anything in this reality? Sex and
And
money.
money. Yeah.
What are the two things, Karen, people are most unwilling to have and complain about not
Yes.
having? Sex and money, right? So, what we know to be true is that it's not even a money issue that you have, okay? It's not even a not having sex issue that you're having. It's a receiving issue. It's a receiving issue, right? Now, you may be asking, how can we change that? How can we open up to that? How can we receive more? Well, it's a practice, and it's a really, really fun practice. And Karen, that is why I created this program, the 21-day Money Magnet Energy Pulse.
Can you tell us
Okay?
more about this, Daniel?
Yes, I would be glad to. I'm very excited about it because, Karen, I really, really, okay, I'm going to give you a little numerology first. Can I do that?
Yes, please.
This year
Yes.
is an 8. Okay? 2 plus 2 plus 4 is 8. So this is an 8 year. As you know, 8 is also the sign of the infinity, right? So, first of all, we know we have a secret that all of the things that we create this year are going to have infinite results, infinite repercussions, infinite opportunities, possibilities. So, number one, we already know the power of this year. Number two, an 8 is all about money and power, two things that are often simultaneously connected in our reality. That means that this year, you're going to either have the choice to become the richest bitch on the planet or the most broke ass, beat up, no Karen, wondering where it's going to come from fool. Okay, I'm really being funny, but I'm painting a picture here. Okay, because this is the year there's going to be so much energy, Karen, and we are going to feel as though this energy this year is never stopping. It's going to go go go. It's going to be fast 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 fast. A lot of stuff is happening, and we want to be ahead of that curve. And for me, I wish one of my big ask is that what if everybody in the world made $1 million? Dollars, not pesos, not, UN, not any of this dollars. What if everybody in the world had $1 million? How much differently would we treat each other if every one of us had at least $1 million? Maybe some of us have billions of dollars, but at least everyone would come from a place of abundance. People would say, "Oh, I have $1 million. I have a," and actually, in retrospect, I know there's probably a lot of people going, $1 million isn't that much money. Of course not, but it allows you a little bit of freedom. You can have a little bit of freedom. You can say, "Hey, you know what? I want to take $10,000 and I want to invest it in this fund," right? And that $10,000 that you invest in that fund in 20, 30, 40 years could actually be your retirement. So, yeah, $1 million can be a lot of money, right? And also, what if you could actually see with that $1 million in most of the parts of the world, you can buy a home, or you can buy an apartment, or you can buy a place that's all your own. And that can be a foundation for you, right? wow, imagine how much differently we would treat each other if we didn't have lack in our lives. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to get people to also just to think about that, just to play in that possibility. Okay, what if I had $1 million right now? How, what choices would I make that would be different just by my consciousness? So that's why I created Money Magnet, Karen. Money Magnet is one of the things that I have learned for myself is that I have really, really, and I want everyone to know something. I really struggled with money my whole life. Really, I would say up until about, really until 2020, honestly, until the pandemic. I always had a money issue. I never had a savings account. I never had a brokerage account. I never had any assets. I was living dollar to dollar, paycheck to paycheck. Okay. There were often times in my early days when I was an artist and an actor in New York City that I had to live off of pizza that was $1 a slice. There's a place called Casanova's Pizza, and I would scrounge up my quarters and go have pizza so that I could have something to eat, right? So I, I want everyone to know something. I am here because I have been poor, okay? And I have been rich. And guess what? Rich is a hell of a lot easier than being poor is. Okay? And I want everybody to know that it's possible. It is absolutely possible. But you've got to be willing to take that leap of faith. You've got to be willing to feel that you are actually the money that you're asking for. So in the Money Magnet series, every day, Karen, 21 days, except weekends. I don't work weekends anymore. Okay. So Monday through Friday, we're starting this Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, and then Monday through Friday. For 21 days, only 10 minutes a day. I sound like a used car salesman. For 21 days, for 10 minutes a day, you're going to get a jam packed tool for you to use that day in your life that is going to empower you to see, number one, that you are a money magnet. Number two, that you can attract money into your life with complete ease. And number three, that this can be actually something that you can sustain in your consciousness for the rest of your life if you're willing to choose it. And as you know, Karen, because we are all over the world, we've got students in China, we've got students in Asia, we've got students in the Philippines, we've got students in Europe, we've got students in New York, we've got students in Mexico. We're doing this in 5 different languages simultaneously at the same time. So across almost every continent in this in the world. So you're going to be able to have a recording. Okay, we're going to create a special group. Karen's team is going to create a special group. We have a special group wherever you're watching. Wherever you register to, you will be redirected to that special group on either Facebook or WeChat or whatever platforms you're using, and it will be moderated. And the link to the recording is going to be in that box. Okay. And you're going to have the opportunity to listen to these calls over and over and over and over and over again. And you should listen to them until those things are in your head and you're repeating them in your dreams, because that's how you change consciousness. You shift consciousness by awakening a question to say, wow, what would it be like if I was that energy? The other aspect of the money magnet, Karen, is we're going to do something that's called energy pulls. And what we're going to do is we're going to do these energy pulls where which you're going to actually expand energetically beyond barriers, beyond walls. And you're going to actually become one, and you're going to perceive and feel one, like it's one when you feel that energy. I know I'm talking a million miles a minute, but I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm so excited. And I can feel the energy. And I can imagine the whole world tuning into
The whole
this. Of
world.
course, it's 8:30 p.m. New York,
Yeah.
but it's going to be 8:30 p.m. in the Philippines. And we'll be
Yes,
joined by
ma'am.
China and the Middle East as well. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
exciting. Pretty exciting.
I know.
Yeah, and thank you for being so honest about telling us that you've experienced poor and rich, and definitely rich is better. But what created that shift from poor to rich? Something must have happened along the way. That's why we're able to
Yeah.
I won't say jump. I think you quantum leaped because from
Yeah.
just I mean from scrambling pennies so you can buy $1 pizza to traveling the
Pizza.
world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right, Karen. Thank you for that acknowledgement, number one. You're right. Sometimes we don't give ourselves the opportunity to self-reflect and actually see that. And you're right. And for me, it's interesting. I had an interesting point of view about I always wanted to be a millionaire. I always wanted to be rich and famous and all of that. And as many of you who've watched some of the things I've done before, I was an actor for 30 years. So I always thought it was going to come from my acting career, right? And so I thought that one day I would get the opportunity to star in a role that would put me on the map and it would change everything and I would whatever. And and it was an awesome dream, and it is an awesome dream. But it was also a conclusion. It was a conclusion that that was gonna be the only way it was gonna happen for me, because I also believed and I thought that that was the only skill that I had, Karen. I thought that the only skill that I had was being a good actor, that I knew I was talented, and I am extremely talented as an actor. And everybody told me, they're like, "Oh my god, you're gonna be so, so famous and so powerful. Hey, Putin, rich bitch Krish, we love you, we miss you." And so because everyone kind of thought that I thought that I was going to be that famous actor, it was a conclusion and a point of view that I bought as my own, right? And there's also a very powerful group consciousness belief that we have in the States at least, that actors are poor, starving artists, right? That
same here.
artists are
Here in the
starving.
Philippines.
Same in the Philippines, right? That if you're an artist, you're starving, and then you have to accept the patronage from everybody else, and people have to take care of you. And I think in many many ways, I had a lot of those beliefs in my mind. And when I started to do theta healing, like 10 years ago, I started to do theta healing, and I started to come across all these beliefs, and I was like, "Whoa!" And then I started to see that I had many, 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 many other gifts that I wasn't acknowledging as gifts. One of them, which was my psychic abilities and my intuition. And when I started to have private sessions with people, private theta healing sessions with people, oh my God, all of a sudden the word started to go out. I didn't even have to do any marketing. People were talking, 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 talking. My phone was ringing. Hey, Daniel, can you give me a session? Hey, Daniel, how much do you charge for a session? Hey, Daniel, do you have a website? And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Right. And I was like, wow, what other capacities do I have? And so those kind of things opened up my awareness and the doors for me becoming an instructor. I became a theta healing instructor, and then I started doing access bars. And when I started doing access bars, I started to have a bars business, and I started to teach access bars classes. I would go to Bali and just put up an access bars class, and people would show up, and I'd do an access bars class on the beach, and all of a sudden I'd have an extra $1,000 for my trip that I wasn't even anticipating, but I followed the energy of what I could create. And that's really kind of how it all kind of started to unfold and unravel, Karen. And then I started to be like, oh, I started to play with money a lot. I started to go, oh, I wonder what it's going to feel like for me to feel. I remember the first time I saw I had $1,000 in my savings account. I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. I actually have $1,000 in my savings account. It made me feel safe. It made me feel so safe, and I was like, "I want more of that. I want more of that," and more and more and more, and I remember it wasn't too long ago, actually in Thailand, when I was a little boy, 15 years old, I went away to boarding school, acting school, and I went away to acting school, and I asked my mom if I could have a Louis Vuitton, duffel bag to take with me to school, like because I was going to boarding school, I wanted to be so serious and whatever, and my parents were teachers, folks. Okay, so we were not rich, so to speak, going up. We were rich in many other things, but it wasn't like money was growing on trees. Um, And so I asked my mom, and it was funny because my mom laughed, and my mom was like, "Hell no. I'm not spending that amount of money for you to take something to boarding school that you're gonna ruin or whatever." And in that moment, I had this when my mom said it to me, I created this belief immediately. And I said, "You know what? I will know that I" oh, 'cause she said, "When you buy something like that, it's really special, right? You buy something like that when it's something that you can, that becomes a memento of something, of your hard work, of something like that." And she's like, and I'm pretty sure one day you'll have plenty of Louis Vuitton, but not right now. It's not necessary. You don't need it, blah, 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 blah. And anyway, I created a belief in that moment. And I remember the belief I had. And the belief was one day I'm going to walk into a Louis Vuitton store and buy myself anything that I want. And the minute that I have that, I will know that I will have made it. Okay.
And what kind of
And
Louis
so
Vuittons now?
I have tons. And what's funny is it actually didn't I forgot about that until I was in Thailand. And I was in Thailand and I was in the airport and there's a big gorgeous Louis Vuitton store in the Bangkok airport. And I looked at Guillermo and Guillermo's my partner. I looked at Guillermo and I said, "Guillermo, I'm going to walk into that Louis Vuitton store. I'm going to cry. I'm going to walk into that Louis Vuitton store and I'm going to buy myself anything I want." And he was like, "Go for it, mi amor." And I walked into that store and I looked around like a kid in a candy shop and I was like, "Can I see that? Can I see that? Can I see that? Can I see that?" And I saw it and I touched and I asked those things, would it contribute to me? How would it feel? And my body started to bubble and my body started to become alive. And I looked at the salesperson and I was like, "Here's my card, I'll take it all." And he was like, "Great." And he wanted to show me how much it was. It was all in Thai baht, so it didn't matter anyway. And I was like, "It's irrelevant how much it costs. Just let's do it." You know? And and I walked out of the store and I was like, Guillermo said to me, he's like, "Mi amor," he goes, "You," he says, "I've never seen you like that." He said, "You had an aura around you that was I'd never seen you like that." And I told him the story. I said, "I had this awareness of this belief that I had when I was 16, that one day I was going to be able to walk into a Louis Vuitton store and buy myself anything I wanted." And that for me, it wasn't about Louis Vuitton. It wasn't about money. It was about me knowing that I had done it,
You have
that I
arrived.
actually I am successful, right? It
Yes,
was
yes.
about so much more. And so, and I'm saying that story because I know a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh my God, I would never spend that kind of money in a store like that." It's not about that. It's not about that. It could be a car. You know, how many of you have a desire to go and drive a fancy car or a Lamborghini or this or that? And how would you feel when you got to that lot and you got in that Lamborghini and you said, "You know what? I'm gonna take it home with me."
And
That's the
how does
same
it
feeling.
feel knowing that you are successful, knowing that you have arrived at the moment that you've been envisioning since you were 16 years old?
Well, thank God for access consciousness because there was a time, Karen, where I probably would have been like, oh my God, I've made it. This is amazing, God, universe. This is so good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No more, no more, no more." Because that's what we do. We go, "Oh my God, I've reached this level of success. And because I've reached this level of success, everything is good for me." No, 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 no. That is the biggest hurdle, the biggest problem that we face because the opportunity, Karen, is to go, "Oh my God. And what else is possible, universe, that I have never considered before?
You
What else
just
is possible, universe?"
and you
So
ask
now
for
I
more.
want and you ask for
After.
more and you ask for more and you ask for more and you do it with such gratitude, Karen. You don't do it with greed or disdain or irreverence. You do it with such gratitude. And when you activate that energy of gratitude, let me tell you something, the universe goes, "Oh, hallelujah, I want to give Karen 10 million pesos because she's so happy." Right? And there's this thing too that you know inside of you how much you can do for other people too. right? I had somebody come to me recently, somebody who I love very, very much, and they were like, I don't even know if this is possible, but I'm in a place right now with something and I could use some financial help. And I was like, no problem. No problem at all. And you can be able to do it without a point of view of like, well, I can do it, but oh my God, could you pay me back? And when can you pay me back? And how long will it take for you to pay me back? And then da, 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 da. You know what? I learned from Gary Douglas, never, ever, 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 ever loan people money. Either give it to them or don't give it to them. Never loan people money, right? Give it to them. And that is also a freedom that I know to be true is like, hey, how awesome is this? And it's so funny. I just want to share. This is how I love the universe. So we're talking, and I just got this ping from my cryptocurrency account. Your account is hitting a 3-year high right now.
Wow. How
How
does it get
cool is
any
that?
better than that?
How does it get any better than that? And
Yeah.
you see, honestly, it is so, that's the way the universe works, Karen. That's the way the universe works. It doesn't really have to make sense. You don't have to jump into these calculations and these all this crap because when you do, things get a little you get in the way. You become the problem, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Krish is saying, OMG, I love it. And
OMG, I
Josara
love you. Ah,
has already
Juicy.
enrolled for the 21-day money magnet. So there's a link there for you so you can enroll too. And we'll end this conversation with an energy pool, right, Daniel? So you get to
Yeah.
increase your capacity to receive.
Yes, a crazy capacity to receive. Okay, you guys ready? You guys ready to feel what it's like to be money?
Okay.
Okay, I want
I'll
you to
just put
close
on
your eyes.
solo, Danny.
What, honey?
I'll just put you on solo so people can see you more. Oh, can't.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just go out.
Karen, I think we should look at that time, sweetie, that you just posted because it's 8:30 a.m. New York, which I think is 9:30 p.m. Manila.
Oh, hard time, right? Okay, I'll fix it. Okay, your turn.
Okay?
I'll just come back
Okay.
after the end.
No problem.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. So let's all just close our eyes. Let's just close our eyes and become completely aware of our body. And I want you to just take your hands and put your hands on your body. And I want you to just acknowledge how rich you already are, how this beautiful body of yours that is priceless has given you this amazing life experience. This body of yours is just one big energy magnet. As you do so, I want you to see that body activate and becoming a magnet. And I want you to actually look at the pores on your body, the little pores on your body. And I want you to zoom into those pores on your body. And as you zoom into those pores, you see that those little pores on your body are openings. They're like little vacuums that breathe. And I want you to go even closer and closer and closer and see almost to the place where your entire body is filled with these portals of energy, these vacuums, and dive into those pores and expand those pores even more and even more and even more. And as you get closer and closer and closer to those pores, you can feel the magnetic pull of your energy. And now I want you to open up your palms, expand your palms out. And now imagine energy being pulled from the farthest reaches of the universe. Imagine that energy being pulled into you. Feel that energy being pulled into you 365 degrees, 180 degrees in every single direction. Imagine that energy just pulling into you. Feel it. Keep pulling. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. See how easy it is to perceive energy. You have no doubts, no uncertainties. Just keep pulling the energy. You can see it coming from all areas of the universe. Keep pulling. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. And now what I want you to do is I want you to imagine that that energy that you're pulling all of a sudden becomes money. Imagine that money pulling at you because money is just energy, friends. Money is just energy. Keep pulling that money energy into you, into your body, through every single pore in your body. Feel inside of you how powerful, how strong, how abundant, how rich you are. Keep pulling that energy and pulling that energy and pulling that energy. And I want each and every one of us to just acknowledge and have gratitude for our body and for our being and for the power of choice that we have to be here today to open up all these portals and pathways. And what else is truly possible that we have never considered before? Keep pulling that energy. And now I want you to repeat after me. I am money. I am money. I am money. Money come, money come, money come. I am money. I am money. I am money. Money come, money come, money come. I am money. I am money. I am money. Money come, money come, money come. I want you to keep pulling that energy and leave that energy activated for today, for tonight, while you sleep. When you're ready, you can open up your eyes. And I don't know about you guys, but every single pore on my body is vibrating with this magical energy. So thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Daniel, for that. And again,
Thank you.
usually Daniel charges $250 to as much as $600 for a session. But for 21 days for the money magnet, it's just $42. Of course, you can pay in peso. We'll put
Right.
the link there. There's a peso equivalent for that, which is around
That's right.
2,200. So very, very minimal for you to be able to receive. Thank you so much, Daniel.
And
And we'll see you
and
very
you get
soon.
those tools. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Karen. I
Yeah.
love you so much. I love you so much. I love you so much. And then don't forget, guys, we have the downloads. We're starting in 5 minutes. So
5
come on
minutes. Okay.
over and watch the downloads.
We'll send them
Karen,
the.
salamat po to you, to everyone. I love you all. I love what would it take for the Philippines to be one of the wealthiest countries in the world. Bring it on, baby.
Thank you
I
so
love
much,
you guys.
Daniel. See you soon.
Bye, guys.
For
We'll see
now.
you
Thank you,
soon.
everyone.